When we say that words create reality, we are speaking about one of the most profound and unchanging spiritual laws in existence. Every word you speak is a seed that takes root in the soil of your life. Just as a farmer understands that the seed determines the crop, you must understand that the quality of your words determines the quality of your experiences. If you sow words of lack, you cannot expect a harvest of abundance. If you sow words of fear, you cannot expect a harvest of confidence. In the quiet hours of the morning, before the demands of the world press in on you, your words have the purest power. This is the time to set your course. Speak of plenty, speak of opportunity, speak of open doors, and you will find that life begins to mirror back to you what you have spoken. The world around you is a reflection of the world within you, and the world within you is built largely by the language you allow yourself to speak and believe. Your words are not idle sounds. They are commands to the universe. They shape the substance of the unseen and bring it into the realm of the seen. When you declare, I am prosperous, you are not lying to yourself, you are instructing the spiritual forces around you to align with that truth. Words set in motion a chain of events, often invisible at first, that lead you to the very thing you have claimed. This is why careless speech is dangerous. If you say, I can't afford this, or money never comes to me, you are authorizing those conditions to be your reality. Many people live in lack not because life is cruel, but because their daily language invites lack to stay. To change your reality, you must first change your vocabulary. Replace limitation with possibility, replace doubt with certainty, and replace complaint with gratitude. Instead of saying, I hope I will be wealthy, say, I am surrounded by wealth and opportunity right now. Speak with authority, as if your words carry weight, because they do. When you begin your mornings with declarations of abundance, you are setting your mental and spiritual GPS toward prosperity. Just as a ship's captain sets a destination and the vessel follows, your words set the direction for your day, and your day sets the tone for your life. The more you repeat words of power and prosperity, the more deeply they sink into your subconscious, reprogramming your inner beliefs. And when your inner beliefs change, your actions, opportunities, and results change as well. If your current financial life is not where you want it to be, it is not a life sentence. It is simply the result of yesterday's thoughts and words. The moment you decide to speak differently, you plant new seeds. You may not see the harvest instantly, but just as no farmer digs up the seed to check its progress, you must trust that your new words are working beneath the surface. Guard your speech the way a jeweler guards precious gems. Refuse to speak of lack, debt, or limitation as if they are permanent. Instead, speak the reality you wish to live in, knowing that your words are the building blocks of your future. Faith precedes manifestation because everything that comes into your life is born first in the invisible realm of belief. The visible is simply the last stage of creation. Too often, people wait until they see evidence before they allow themselves to believe, but this is backwards. Belief is the soil in which the seed of your desire is planted. Without it, nothing can grow. When you rise each morning and affirm abundance, you are not merely repeating pleasant words. You are cultivating the conviction that abundance is already yours. This conviction is not dependent on your current circumstances. It is grounded in the unshakable truth that your supply comes from an infinite source, not from limited human channels. You must train your mind to see beyond the temporary picture and anchor your trust in the greater reality that is unfolding. Faith is an inner knowing that what you desire is already in motion, even if your senses cannot yet confirm it. This is why some people seem to receive breakthroughs quickly. They have learned to believe without the need for proof. Their inner dialogue is filled with statements like, everything I need is on its way, or, I am guided to the right opportunities. They walk and speak as if their wealth is already established, and life responds to that expectation. Faith acts like a magnet, pulling into your experience the people, resources, and ideas necessary for your breakthrough. It is not wishful thinking, it is a conscious alignment with the laws of creation. Doubt, on the other hand, interrupts the process. Every time you declare abundance, but then question whether it will come, you are planting and uprooting your seed over and over again. This delays the manifestation, sometimes indefinitely. Faith requires consistency. You must hold the vision of your desired outcome as if it is already accomplished, regardless of appearances. The mind will often try to bring you back to the evidence of the senses. The empty bank account, the unpaid bills, the lack of opportunity, but you must see these as temporary shadows, not permanent conditions. Your words and thoughts are more real than what your eyes show you, because they have the power to reshape what your eyes will see tomorrow. Belief is a choice you make moment by moment. Each morning, choose to believe in abundance more than you believe in limitation. Choose to believe in the opening of doors rather than their closing. When you feel uncertainty creeping in, replace it immediately with a strong affirmation. Say to yourself, "My good is certain, my wealth is secure, my path is clear." Say it with enough conviction that your own heart begins to believe it fully. Faith grows stronger the more it is exercised, just like a muscle. At first it may feel forced, especially if you have been conditioned to expect struggle. But with daily repetition, it becomes second nature. You do not need to know every step the journey will take. Faith works without complete instructions. It is like walking through fog where you can only see a few feet ahead. But as you keep moving, more of the path becomes visible. Each morning that you declare your abundance, you are taking another step, and with each step, opportunities you could not have imagined begin to appear. You are not creating wealth from nothing. You are simply aligning yourself with the wealth that has always existed, waiting for your belief to open the door.
Affirmations are seeds because every declaration you make with intention plants an idea into the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Just like a seed, it may be invisible at first, but it is alive, growing, and moving toward expression. When you speak affirmations of abundance, you are not just repeating nice words, you are imprinting new patterns into your inner world. Your subconscious accepts repeated statements as truth, whether they are positive or negative, and works tirelessly to align your actions, emotions, and even external circumstances to match them. This is why daily affirmations are so powerful. They bypass old, limiting programs and install new beliefs that support your financial breakthrough. Consider a farmer who plants corn. He does not plant it once and then dig it up to see if it is working. He trusts the process, knowing that the seed contains everything it needs to grow. The same is true for your affirmations. When you speak them each morning, you must trust that they are taking root and producing results, even if you cannot yet see them. The soil may be beneath the surface, but the growth is real. People often sabotage their results by speaking an affirmation and then immediately contradicting it with words of doubt or fear. This is like watering a plant in the morning and pouring poison on it in the afternoon. To see your affirmations bloom, you must nurture them with consistency, faith, and emotional energy. Emotion is the sunlight that accelerates the growth of your affirmations. Simply repeating words without feeling will not produce the same results as speaking them with genuine conviction. When you say, "I am wealthy," allow yourself to feel the security, joy, and freedom that wealth brings. When you declare, "Opportunities flow to me effortlessly," picture doors opening, phone calls bringing good news, and unexpected resources arriving at the perfect time. The clearer and more emotionally charged your affirmations, the faster they work their way into the subconscious and into your reality. It is also important to frame affirmations in the present tense. If you say, "I will be rich someday," your subconscious places the fulfillment in an indefinite future, and that future never arrives. Speak as if it is already done. "I am prosperous now. My income is constantly increasing. I am open to receiving wealth in all its forms. Present tense affirmations send a clear signal to your inner mind that this is your current reality, and it begins to arrange your experiences accordingly. Over time, affirmations become self-fulfilling prophecies. You begin to notice opportunities you once overlooked. You take actions that align with your declared reality. People respond differently to you because your energy has shifted. This is the hidden power of affirmations. They change you from the inside out. And as you change, the outer world reflects your transformation. The financial breakthrough you seek does not appear suddenly by magic. It grows naturally from the seeds you plant and nurture each day. This is why it is essential to guard your mind and your speech. Every negative statement is also a seed, and if you allow too many of them to take root, they will crowd out your affirmations. Be vigilant. When you catch yourself speaking lack, stop immediately and replace it with a declaration of abundance. Speak as if the garden of your life is always blooming with wealth, opportunities, and blessings. With daily care, patience, and unwavering faith, the seeds you plant each morning will produce a harvest greater than you can imagine, and your financial breakthrough will be the natural result of the inner garden you have cultivated. Replacing lack with power is one of the most important shifts you can make if you truly want to experience a financial breakthrough. Every time you think or speak from a place of lack, you are affirming limitation and inviting it to remain in your life. Words like I can't, I don't have, or it's too hard may feel harmless in the moment, but they carry creative power. They plant seeds of scarcity in your subconscious mind, and those seeds grow into real-life situations that match them. If you want different results, you must change the way you speak about money, opportunity, and your own ability to prosper. The moment a thought of limitation arises, catch it and replace it with a word of strength and possibility. This is not about pretending problems don't exist. It's about refusing to give them the power of your agreement. When you agree with lack by speaking it, you are adding your energy to it. But when you respond with words of abundance, you withdraw your agreement and instead affirm a new reality. For example, if you are tempted to say, I can't afford that, replace it with, I choose to invest my money wisely, and more is on the way. These replacements are not just positive thinking. They are deliberate acts of creation that shift your focus from limitation to possibility. It takes discipline to make this change because the habit of speaking lack may have been with you for years, even decades. You may have heard it from parents, friends, and society at large, and without realizing it, you adopted it as your own. But habits can be broken, and new habits can be formed. Start by paying attention to your language. Throughout the day, listen to the words you say about money, your work, and your life. If they are rooted in fear or shortage, stop and replace them immediately with a declaration of power. Over time, this becomes second nature, and your mind begins to automatically choose words of strength. The energy you bring to your words matters just as much as the words themselves. When you replace lack with power, say your new statement with conviction. Feel it as though it is already true. If you simply mumble, I am abundant, without belief, the subconscious will not be impressed. But if you declare it with certainty, your inner mind takes it as fact and begins to work toward making it real. This is why people who speak with confidence often attract more success. Their words carry the vibration of belief, and life responds accordingly. Replacing lack with power also changes how you see opportunities. When you focus on scarcity, you overlook chances for growth because your mind is conditioned to expect less. But when you affirm abundance, you train yourself to look for openings, solutions, and unexpected blessings. What once looked like a closed door might reveal itself as a hidden path simply because your perspective has shifted. The outside world hasn't necessarily changed, your inner world has, and that inner change shapes your external experience. Ultimately, the practice of replacing lack with power transforms more than just your finances. It changes your entire way of living. You stop approaching life as if you were at the mercy of circumstances and start living as a conscious creator of your reality. Each time you choose a word of strength over a word of weakness, you are reclaiming your authority over your financial destiny. Over days, weeks, and months, these powerful declarations build a new mental environment where prosperity can thrive, and the old patterns of scarcity no longer have a place to grow. Attraction through conviction is the natural result of holding an unshakable belief in your abundance and speaking it as truth. When you truly believe that wealth, opportunities, and success are meant for you, everything in your being sends out a signal that draws them closer. This is not just a poetic idea. It is how the mind and spirit work together. Your thoughts and words create a vibration, and that vibration influences what you notice, how you act, and how others respond to you. Conviction is like a beacon. It cuts through the noise and directs the right people, resources, and ideas into your path. People are naturally drawn to confidence because it carries the energy of certainty, and certainty inspires trust. In the same way, life responds to your conviction by arranging circumstances that match the reality you have chosen to claim. This attraction is not forced. It is magnetic. You don't have to chase opportunities when you stand firm in the belief that they are already on their way to you. Instead of grasping desperately at whatever comes along, you can calmly wait for the right doors to open because you know they will. Conviction removes the energy of fear and replaces it with the energy of expectation. When you speak about your goals with this kind of confidence, people see you as someone worth investing in, working with, or recommending. It is not arrogance. It is the quiet strength of someone who knows that their success is inevitable. This principle works in both directions. both directions. Just as conviction draws good things to you, uncertainty can repel them. If you speak of your dreams with hesitation, doubt, or apology, you weaken the signal you are sending. Life reads hesitation as a mixed message and delivers mixed results, and that's why it is so important to align your inner belief with your outer expression. Even if your circumstances have not yet caught up to your vision, speak as though they already have. Say, I am building a thriving business. Not, I hope my business works out. Business works out. Say, I attract wealth from multiple sources. Not, I'm trying to make more money. The first is a declaration of conviction. The second is a confession of uncertainty. The more you practice conviction, the easier it becomes. At first, you may have to push past old habits of speaking tentatively, especially if you've been conditioned to avoid sounding too sure of yourself. But conviction is not about boasting. It is about alignment. It is about allowing your words, thoughts, and feelings to match the reality you want to live in. Over time, this alignment becomes second nature, and your energy naturally communicates your certainty without you having to force it. Conviction also affects the kinds of opportunities you attract. When you are sure of your path, you are less likely to accept situations that are beneath your value or out of alignment with your goals. This selectiveness signals to life that you are serious about what you want, and in return, you are given chances that are worthy of you. People who carry conviction often receive invitations, partnerships, and financial opportunities they did not actively seek, simply because others feel their confidence and want to be part of it. To live in attraction through conviction, you must first make a decision. Decide that your financial breakthrough is not just possible, but certain. Once you make that decision, refuse to waver. Speak with assurance, act with purpose, and carry yourself as someone who is already successful. Conviction is not something you beg for, it is something you embody. When you embody it fully, the law of attraction is no longer a mystery. It becomes a predictable outcome, and the wealth you have spoken into existence moves toward you with unstoppable force. Living as if abundance is already yours is the practice of stepping fully into the reality you desire before it appears in physical form. It means carrying yourself each day with the mindset, emotions, and actions of someone who is already living their financial breakthrough. This is not pretending or faking. It is aligning yourself with the vibration of wealth so completely that life has no choice but to mirror it back to you. When you act, think, and speak from the perspective of I already have it, you dissolve the energy of lack and replace it with the energy of fulfillment. Lack and abundance cannot exist in the same mental space, so by choosing to embody abundance now, you make it impossible for scarcity to dominate your life. This way of living begins in the smallest moments. If you wake up thinking, I'm still waiting for my breakthrough, you reinforce the idea that it is separate from you. But if you wake up saying, I am already living in abundance, you start your day on the frequency of receiving. Your posture changes, your tone changes, even the way you look at opportunities changes. You no longer approach situations from desperation, hoping something will happen. You approach them from a place of calm expectation, knowing that you are simply walking into the next step of a reality that already belongs to you. Living as if abundance is yours does not necessarily mean spending recklessly or pretending to have more than you do. It is about thinking, speaking, and making choices from a mindset of plenty. Instead of saying, I can't afford this, you might say, this is not my priority right now, which keeps your language rooted in choice rather than limitation. Instead of shrinking away from opportunities because you feel unprepared, you step forward knowing that the resources you need will arrive in time. When you live in abundance internally, you stop second-guessing whether you deserve good things and start naturally receiving them. This mindset also influences how others perceive you. People are drawn to those who exude confidence and ease around money and success. When you live as though your breakthrough has already happened, you project stability and trustworthiness, which invites new connections, partnerships, and opportunities into your life. Your energy signals that you are already operating at a higher level, and people respond accordingly. This is why some individuals seem to attract wealth effortlessly. They have been living in that state mentally and emotionally long before it showed up physically. The practice also strengthens your faith. Each time you make a decision from an abundance mindset, you are reinforcing the belief that your supply is unlimited. You may choose to invest in your growth, give generously, or take a step toward a dream without knowing exactly how it will all work out. These actions send a clear message to both your subconscious and the universe. I trust my abundance. And trust is the bridge between desire and manifestation. The more you trust, the faster what you've been envisioning takes shape in your reality. Over time, living as if abundance is already yours becomes less of a conscious effort and more of a natural state. You begin to notice that opportunities appear without strain, money flows more freely, and your environment starts to reflect the wealth you have been holding within. The outer world rearranges itself to match the inner world you have been living in all along. Your financial breakthrough is no longer something you are chasing. It is something you are walking in, moment by moment, because you chose to embody it before it arrived. That choice is the ultimate act of creation, and it turns your imagined abundance into a lived experience. Ask ChatGPT.